All right, folks, we're in the shop and we are stripping down the control arms here for the 151. All right, let me show you what we got going on here. All right, there's 6 bolts that hold this on. They're 11/16, and I don't know what the torque value is right now, but we're breaking those loose to get the hub and the this backing plate separated from the framework, because we want to get this framework cleaned. See here, kind of a little thick, heavy, fine thread bolt. Already got the brake line loose. Oh, still got a nut down here yet. Needs a little English. So, yeah, we were able to save this particular brake line. All right, there's what your assembly looks like. Get all this crap cleaned up, seals removed and replaced. The other thing I did was the support brackets. And just so you know, they're labeled. I don't know if you can see that E on there. A through H. Okay? You can't screw it up, folks. I believe it's from the driver's side over. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That way you get these things hanging in the right sequence. And it won't screw you up. Someone on here brought that to my attention. I didn't even know that until I looked at them. Okay, these bushings, bolts, and sleeves are frozen, so we've got them soaking as well. And we'll go ahead and try to spread this off and get that old bolt out of there. Okay, this little the nut in here that's holding the bumper in place is a 9/16.
We're doing a little rest here, folks. In fact, let's grab that bottom with a rag. Only because it's got that freaking rust slivers on it. I ain't trying to get cut today.
Nasty. That wasn't going anywhere. But we can salvage the line. This bad boy is almost done. Now we just got to get the bushings out. When I disassembled this shaft, this cap fell right off. Didn't want to stay on there. So naturally the bearings fell out, and I had to clean everything up. I'm gonna tell you something. It's a good thing we have these little happy accidents, because look at what I discovered. The inside of the cap is pitted big time in here, all the way around. And as I'm cleaning these little roller bearings up, I noticed that this one's got a whole chunk missing out of it. I don't know if you can see that. Let's get my little piece off of here. You see that? So, little stuff like this certainly can translate into noise somewhere else, right? That's a failure waiting to happen. Also, the cap here, it doesn't even stay on. It's loose, right? It's all wore out. It's also got some evidence of the metal coming through. So you know what? I'm not even going to attempt to put this shaft back in until I replace all U-joints, because if there's one, there's more than likely going to be others. Okay? So, yeah. Just do what needs to be done, folks. Swap them out. This is the problem when you rip into something. You fix one problem, and this is the way it is with everything. You fix one problem, you fix one, and you manifest others. You find others, and you keep going. At some point in time, you're going to have to tell yourself, can I live with that? But when it comes to dealing with this, the driveline, nah, we're not going to have drivability problems. I got to get this rear end rebuilt, and it's got to be safe. So we kind of cleaned these parts off a little bit, right? And took the hub through there, got the bearing cleaned up. The bearing surfaces look pretty decent. They don't sound that bad on here. We'll have to pull this off, obviously, and clean it some more. And then, pack these dudes with grease. However, we got a problem with the race. So we're gonna have to replace this probably. Here's that sleeve that I showed you earlier. All right, it's not in bad shape, but I have a replacement. So, hub's cleaned up pretty good, not too bad. This unit right here, this race is pitted. And I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see that with the lighting. The bearing itself, rough shape, folks. Let me just show you real quick. I mean, there are chunks missing out of that bearing. It is in bad, bad shape. Okay, road noise, right? You can feel that. Wish there was feel-o-vision. You would know what I'm talking about. Hosed up, gotta be replaced. So, I should have grabbed the freaking bearing kits when I was over at Jeff's place. Anyhow, the general assembly of this thing is, this is going to the outside, slides in through here, right there where the old crusty seal is. This will be replaced with a new one. And we'll be on there just like that. This bearing fits in here, okay? There's a seal that goes there, and then this deal, the shaft, fits in just like that. So that's really how the entire mechanism goes together on the vehicle. This too is a little pitted. All right, so we did some cleaning, and got a lot of work to do, a lot of work. Right here, we're taking the backing plate off of this hub unit. Okay, we popped out the seal that was inside this retainer. Remember the retainer that came with the new parts? And there's a nice slot here from where the wheel cylinder went. So that's how I'm reaching through. And I'm just putting a little, screwdriver or a little pry bar is what I'm using here, up against that lip. And I'm just going around and looking to tap that piece right off. Okay. Retainer ring is off. Backing plate and hub are separated. Now we can go back and clean the rest of these nooks and crannies. Well, there you have it. We tore it down even further and cleaned up some stuff. And I didn't get the bearings out yet. They're on there they're snug, but I've got actual pullers for that. Well, we get those bearings off without damaging the hubs. When we do it, I'll videotape it and show you what I got going on for that process. But that's pretty. Look, there's a lot of parts here, right? And every one of these things is responsible for the smooth transition of power, which comes from the transmission, engine transmission through the transfer case to the rear differential, right? It travels through that long drive shaft. And that differential is mounted directly to the body. There's a lot of metal on metal things here which cause vibration, noise, and you know, the deeper that we tear into things like this and we see all the pitting and the loose pieces and the, you know, it's no wonder that you have the noise that you have. So, you know, we'll get these bearings replaced, we'll get the races replaced. I know that Jeff Matson has them as kits. So, and they're an inner and outer bearing, including the races, for a side. So he sells them per side. And we're just going to have to go ahead and get those ordered. But until I'm ready for that, I can still continue to do cleanup work, get these freaking frames cleaned up. I am going to have an issue getting the bushings out because I have a small press and there's no way to get those frames set up in a way that it's safe. Okay, because you need a large size socket or something to receive the bushing as you're pressing the bushing, so you don't do any damage to the A-frame. So I'm gonna go check and see if they have a portable one that I can do it on the ground and have a C-clamp type situation where we can pull these out and put the new ones in. But other than that, you know, we'll go ahead and get these half shafts taken apart and get them cleaned, serviced, put back together. Get us some fresh U-joints and stuff, and we're just going to have us a smooth riding vehicle. Have a good night, folks. I hope you enjoyed today's videos, and get out there and work on your Jeeps, work on your mutts, work on your shops, work on something. Don't be a freaking couch potato. Love you.